What's up, Honors Pre-Calc? So a couple of you guys requested that I do some videos in addition to just, writing out my solution. So here goes nothing. We're going to go through a couple problems with you guys today. Hopefully you can use them to assist you in your problem sets tonight. So this is problem 7, page 680. And in it, we're actually used to find sine of 2 theta, cosine of 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta. So we're using our double angle formulas. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'll go through at least some of these parts to kind of get you the hang of things. So first off, theta is in quadrant 2 for this particular problem. They also gave us a sine of theta is 15 over 17. So I went ahead and drew my little reference triangle here. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to fill out this x portion of our triangle. Well, in order to do that, we're simply going to use our Pythagorean theorem. If we apply our Pythagorean theorem, we're going to get negative 8. Now, you can go ahead and pause the video if you want to work out that Pythagorean theorem, but I didn't want to kind of overwhelm the work here with the Pythagorean theorem as well. Now that we have our triangle solved, we can apply our double angle formulas. So I'm going to tackle part B, which was cosine of 2 theta. So cosine of 2 theta, our double angle formula for cosine actually has several different expansions. Does it matter which one you use? Not really. So we're going to actually use the expansion of cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. Again, doesn't really matter which one you use, but this is one of the equivalent forms of the double angle formula for cosine. Well, now in order to figure out what cosine 2 theta is, or what the double angle formula is equal to, I really just have to take the cosine and the sine of each angle. So the cosine of theta, well, think about that. That's just our basic trig functions. That's the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So that's negative 8 over 17. Now, because it's cosine squared, we do have to raise that to the second power. Then we're going to do minus sine squared, which would be 15 over 17, and also raise that to the second power. Now, from here, we're just really going to do some arithmetic to simplify this problem, but we can simplify this to be 64 over 289 minus 225 over 289. Again, feel free to pause at any point. I just don't want the video to turn into 15 minutes long. So pause it, do the calculation yourself, but I'm just going to kind of jot down the answers as we go. From here, we can then combine our like terms, and we get negative 161 over 289. That would actually be the answer for part B to that problem. Cosine 2 theta is equal to negative 161 over 289. Now, I also wanted to work on example C for this particular problem. So let me show you example C as well. Example C asks us to find tangent of 2 theta. Now, I want to do this one specifically because it does involve some fractions. Because the expansion of tangent of 2 theta is 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta. A good spot to look up, by the way, is page 679. It has all those double angle, half angle, and different power reducing formulas for you right there. So I'm going to apply some information to this. Now, I do have to reference back to that triangle we drew earlier and know what the tangent of theta is, because we're going to apply it in the both spots, numerator and denominator. So my tangent of 2 theta. Well, first off, the tangent of theta is 15 over negative 8. One minus, again, it's going to be 15 over negative 8 again. I didn't feel like keep switching back and forth between pens. So we're going to have it set up like this. Now, from here, again, it's really just our arithmetic skills. So now we have to simplify this. Well, I can do a little cross simplifying that numerator. Write my numerator as 15 over negative 4. My denominator, well, yeah, this gets a little tricky, and we are going to have a complex fraction here. But again, this is something we've been working on all year long. So we can do 1 minus 225 over 64. That's 15 over negative 8 squared. Furthermore, we can simplify. We would have 15 over negative 4. And again, feel free to pause and see if you can kind of beat me to the answer. 64 over 64 minus 225 over 64. I simply changed this 1 to be 64 over 64. Furthermore, now we're just going to simplify, do some subtraction, and once our denominator is one fraction, we'll multiply by the reciprocal. 15 over negative 4, all over 161 negative over 64, which when we multiply by the reciprocal would look like this. 15 over negative 4 times 64 over negative 161. Now, if you actually do that multiplication, a couple different ways you do it. We can cross simplify, we can multiply straight across and simplify from there. But when all is said and done, we will end up with a final answer of 240 over 161. That would be the tangent to theta for this particular problem. All right, hope you guys found this useful. Check out the next video and get ready for the practice problems.